Good morning from Marrakesh. I'm here at GITEX 2024 and I'm together with Vladimir Freinkman, VP Marketing and Business Development at Protei. Hello, Vladimir.
Hello, Kim.
Nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you again too.
Thank you. Vladimir, what is Protei showcasing at this year's GITEX here in Africa?
Here on GITEX, we showcasing all our product lines for mobile operators and for industry. And we consider Africa as a very promising region with paying enough attention and a lot of efforts to develop our business here. As it might be in Africa, it's growing not as fast as we want, but we see huge potential, we see huge successful projects here, and that is why we're hoping for the best on the next steps.
Okay, thank you. So, why operators have the need for alternative solutions, and why would you say are the existing giants not enough?
What we can see here in Africa and in some other markets where there is huge growth, especially in data consumption, because new generation consuming a lot of data, operators need to find a way how to keep proper quality in their network, how to provide good quality services, especially considering they are pressed by government to ensure that quality is good, that speed is good, KPI are very good, and so on so far. And at the same time to keep reasonable prices, because people here are not rich averagely, and they need internet, for example, sustainable and high quality internet as a part of, let's say, hygienic services or commodity services, like they will need electricity before. And to do that, operators are to have a choice where to buy, what to buy, and how to develop their network. And what we saw that some of operators are strongly depend on 1-2 giant vendors, and because of market structure, market specific, they have very limited choice how to grow their network. And because of that, network may be growing not as fast as expected. That is why we see having suitable products in our portfolio that we can propose here a variety of platforms that will help operators here to develop their network in the suitable way and encourage the competition.
Okay, so would you say that Africa is a quite different market in terms of affordability? And let's say that could be also one of the reasons why we need alternatives for the big giants.
Yes. In Africa, there was very interesting story. It's very similar to what we had in Europe, but later on. I mean, before, ARPU was relatively high because one handset was used by several people, for example, and because it mainly was about voice. But when data growing and when devices here, handsets here, become really personal devices, what we see explosive growth of data bandwidth, we see explosive growth of subscribers, but decline of ARPU. And it creates a challenging situation for operators.
I understand. So what role does private LTE and 5G bundles play in Protei's product offering?
Private LTE and 5G, it's another side. It's industry side. Let's say before we spoke about B2C. Right now we're moving to B2B segment, because in Africa there are a lot of resources, a lot of potentially developing mining industry companies, oil and gas, and so on so far. As we can see in other parts of the world, these industries are main consumers for private networks, because this private network rollout helping them to increase their efficiency strongly and dramatically even. And we assume that the same is to be happening in Africa. Because of that, and competition on this market relatively high, not only about giants, but there are some additional players. And we can see that our solution is absolutely suitable and absolutely affordable for local customers. And we would like to promote it here as well, beside our traditional product line.
So we can say a agile and flexible solution is the key for an operator to have a successful service.
Yes, and it might be different model. In different countries, there is different model. There is CBRS in US when industry may deploy the network by themselves.
Yeah.
There is pure operator-based model, for example, in Europe or in some other country, in Middle East, let's say. Anyway, operator should have, or industry should have a choice what to take to optimize the digitalization process.
Yeah.
As for approach in general, what we see in Africa, that we may do, how to say, not a favor, but we may do really good work because we are not insisting in managed services approach, unlike some other big vendors. Maybe we are not enough hurry in money, but the idea, we do prefer operator has local competence. We see here many operators start thinking about that. And this model is in line with their expectations, because we do prefer to teach, to share knowledge with operators, to let them manage their network by themselves, not to depend on us, despite maybe we will losing some money because of that. This is a different approach that we expecting would be attractive for local operators.
So we, as a summary, we could say that you're not afraid of telcos turning into techcos. You rather see it as a benefit in order for you to develop more advanced products, because on one side, the operator also creates his own competence through your trainings you offer and through his own activities.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Maybe yes, mobile network or mobile network core is not considered as something too much advanced anymore. It's considered as commodity service, but it's extremely important till now. And without, let's say, connectivity layer, you cannot do any upper services, because
so you need a strong foundation.
You need a strong foundation. Exactly. Because of that, we don't afraid of this transformation. We see that this transformation will give us a lot of opportunities, and we will try to be in line with it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, Vladimir.
Thank you.
That was TechAfrica News from GITEX Africa 2024. You can find more on techafricanews.com.